Let's learn a little something about the Tour de France.
We are Lisa and Greg, an American couple living abroad in Spain. If you're curious about the crazy, funny, and surprising differences between the US and Europe, you came to the right place. And today's video is brought to you by Cade Media, and Lisa will include a link in the description so you can go and show them some love. I'm sure they would appreciate that.
Yeah, so this is Tour de France explained for newbies, which in my case, definitely me. I'm a newbie for sure. But you're kind of a,
Yeah, I remember the Tour de France when, you know, because it's in the summer and it was like a summer event that we used to watch.
I feel like it's going on right now-ish.
Yes, I do think so.
Okay. I know it's going on around-ish now, but I don't know if it's in the middle of it, done. Yeah. They haven't even started yet. I'm not 100% sure.
And I do know that Greg LeMond and Lance Armstrong were the two big players in America, and I think Lance Armstrong had some blood doping scandal or something like that. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So, okay. This was recommended by Mel.
Okay. Hi, Mel.
Hey, Mel.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Of the Tour de France. Maybe you've seen a clip of people racing bikes through stunning mountain roads, pile-ups of hundreds of cyclists, or some geezer in a yellow top holding a toy lion getting sprayed in the face with champagne. But what is it exactly? Why is it such a big deal? And why are grown adults crying after cycling for 3 weeks? We're going to break down the men's Tour de France today. There'll be a separate video on the women's tour to follow. By the end of this, you're going to have all the knowledge you need to enjoy the racing this July. The biggest...
Okay,
July. Oh, July.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay.
It's probably happening right now.
Yeah, we're in July.
We're in July. So it's probably happening.
And it's a 3-week?
3 weeks,
Oh my goodness.
And I do know they do different stages. Some of them are in the hills. Some of them are timed, where it's just, you know, they ride by themselves and just see if he gets the fastest time on a certain part of the course.
Okay.
So they have different stages. So I kind of remember as following as best I can from America. But yeah. All right.
Bicycle race in the world has been around since 1903, over 120 years. It takes place every July. A different route around France each time, but sometimes dips into other countries like Italy or Spain, and it did even start in England a few years back for what they call the Grand Depart. Now get this, it's 3 weeks long. Yeah, 21 days of racing, covering about 3,500 kilometers. That's over 2,100 miles. That's like riding from New York to Las Vegas. And they're not just cruising along on flat roads, they're climbing literal mountains, and a lot of them. It's made up of 21 stages. That means 21 separate races, each with their own winner on the day, plus an overall winner for the whole race. The yellow guy. We'll get into how all of this works later. Some stages are flat.
The yellow guy?
Yeah, the winner gets a yellow jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe the winner of each stage gets a jersey for the next stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what he was saying here.
Some are hilly.
Let's go back here.
Winner on the day, plus an overall winner for the whole race. The yellow guy. We'll get into how all of this works later.
Okay.
Some stages are flat, some are hilly, some are mountainous, and 1 or 2 are time trials, where the riders race alone against the clock. Usually on a different type of bike with those skinny little bars in the middle.
Yeah.
So who?
Tri-bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen all this. So that's why it's all like clicking. Okay.
It used to be fun for me to watch what I remember. I know they had teams and they had somebody on the team who was like the main person and everybody else on the team was just support, and they would like
drift behind them.
They would use them for drifting and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who actually races this thing? Around 22 teams with 8 riders. That's 176 riders in total. Pro cycling is very team-oriented, as we'll go into later. These teams are made up of the best cyclists in the world from all over the place. Europe, the US, Australia, Central and South America, you name it. Now, there are different types of riders who suit different kinds of terrain. You've got climbers. They're light, skinny-looking people, great at going uphill. They'll be looking to get results in the mountain stages where the heavier riders just can't keep up. Then you have sprinters, specialists at riding at explosive speed at the end of flat stages, usually packing a bit of muscle to do this. Time trial specialists, historically bigger riders who can sustain high speeds riding solo while holding an extremely aerodynamic position on the bike. GC riders, this stands for General Classification. And this just means a rider who's targeting the overall win of the race. They need to be good at both climbing and time trialing. A pretty tall order. Thankfully, they also have domestiques. These are riders on each team that are solely there to help other riders. They'll often be riders who...
That's what I remember. They were like the support. I remember in the US, it was like the team was, I think their main sponsor was the United States Postal Service. Their jerseys are always like
blue and white.
Yeah. That's something like that.
So it's kind of like a swim relay where each one gets to race. So are they all racing together, or like the mountain person does the mountains?
No, they're all the team. Well, he's probably going to explain it, hopefully. But the team is together, but usually there's one main person on the team, and
that's good at whatever terrain they're on.
Like the way they work as a team is they do other stuff. Like in certain stages, they may try and slow the pace down, or they may try like interfere with the other team, a certain kind of way by how they ride or win and all of that. So, but it's usually one person who's the main person. At least is what I remember.
Okay.
All right.
Who are good at everything and will chase down the competition, carry water bottles, go back to the cars behind the race to pick up extra food, anything that the star rider or team leader needs. Now, there's a lot going on in the tour, but the main goal is to win the overall race. That means having the lowest time across all 21 stages. So if Rider A finishes stage 1 in 4 hours and Rider B finishes in 4 hours and 10 minutes, Rider A is 10 minutes ahead overall. You add all of those up after every stage, and the rider with the lowest time total gets to wear the famous yellow jersey, or maillot jaune in French. Oh, and someone's wearing this jersey from the end of stage 1 onwards. It will usually change hands multiple times during the 3 weeks, depending on whoever is in the lead. But what about these lads wearing a green jersey? And what about this spotty one? There are other competitions too. You got the green jersey, which is actually called the points competition, but usually serves as best sprinter competition. You get points for winning stages and winning sprints in the middle of stages, which add up. Rider with the most points gets to wear the green jersey. You got the polka dot jersey. This works similar to the green jersey competition, but the points are awarded for reaching the top of mountains first. So naturally, it will be a climber who wins this.
Right.
Then you got the white jersey. Bit like the yellow jersey based on time, but for riders who are under 26 years old, or best young rider. Can you imagine doing this when you're 26? As you can see, there's a lot going on. And all of these jerseys are being competed for every single day, so there's always something interesting happening.
Oh, how funny.
Almost always. To add some incentive and make things interesting, there is some prize money. In 2024, you would have won 500,000 euros for the overall GC. Second place would be 200,000 euros. Third place, 100,000 euros. Stage winners would win 11,000 euros each. At the end of the race, the green jersey winner would get 25,000 euros. Polka dot jersey, 25,000 euros, and white jersey, 20,000 euros. Then there's the team classification, so the overall team with the lowest amount of time accumulated, that would be 50,000 euros. And
I don't understand how, like, one person, if it's a team, how does one person stand on the podium?
Because that one person has the lowest time.
Oh,
like that. Like if we're all in the team and you're the leader of the team, like you're the one. It's kind of like in Formula One. Like they had sorta. Just as an example, let's say Lewis Hamilton had a team and there were 5 other drivers. Like everybody on that team knows that Lewis Hamilton is the leader who's we're trying to get him to win.
Right.
So we'll sacrifice certain things. Like he was saying, you go back to your car to get water. You go do this, you go do that because we got to get this person to win.
Okay.
Of time accumulated.
And I'm not an expert, by the way. I could be completely wrong. This is just what I remember and what I believe.
Okay.
And he's probably going to tell us, but this is...
Is he... What I'm not sure of is he's just telling us how it all works in the Tour de France, but is he telling us...
About the team.
About how the team works.
Yeah, maybe. If not, we can analyze.
Okay.
That would could be 50,000 euros. And a lot more smaller prizes as well. Some decent wedge on offer, but don't forget, this is a team sport, so in most cases, all of that money will be divvied out between the team.
Oh, nice.
Right. I'm getting out of breath just talking about this.
Yeah.
How long have I been going? I haven't even mentioned the bikes.
Oh, yeah.
All of this racing is done on high-performance road bikes, specifically designed to go as fast as possible within the rules that are set out by the UCI, the world governing body of pro cycling. Each team has their own bike sponsor, but there is some overlap of components. A lot of teams will be on the same tyres and gearing systems, for example. To the layman, all the teams' bikes look pretty similar. They're the same wheel size, same frame material, everything is carbon fiber. They have hydraulic disc brakes, electronic gear shifting, and they all weigh about the same because the UCI implement a weight limit of 6.8 kilograms.
Oh, wow.
That is a very, very light bicycle. They also have heads-up displays showing information to the riders, like their heart rate and the power the rider is putting out through the pedals. This gets measured via sensors, usually inside the pedal themselves or in the cranks, and is useful for riders so they can pace themselves. What's wild here is that all of the Tour de France bikes have to be available for purchase by regular people.
Oh,
It's
cool.
part of the rules. So if you wanted to buy exactly the same bike as reigning Tour de France champion Tadej Pogačar, you could. Good luck riding it as fast, though. During regular stages of the Tour, the UCI rules mean that bikes have to have drop handlebars, and there's limits on where your saddle can be, and a few other little measurements, like how wide your handlebars have to be and how deep your wheels can be. The deeper, the faster, generally.
Okay.
This means teams and riders work hard to maximize how aerodynamic they can be within these rules.
He's tall.
Riders can adopt a few different hand position while riding these road bikes. On the tops, when they're riding slower, usually in slower, more controlled sections of the race, sometimes while climbing to help with breathing. It's a nice upright position. Then you have the hoods. This is where they'll be most of the time. It's more aerodynamic than the previous position and easy to reach your gears and brakes. And finally, on the...
Oh, I feel like their helmets, I feel like in the Olympics, they wear different, those funny looking aerodynamic helmets.
Yeah, they showed them during the time trials.
Oh, okay. They wear those funny helmets. Okay.
I mean, these are sort of,
They're not, they look a little normal.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about those big, gigantic helmets. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I'm thinking.
During the time trials, they wear those.
Okay.
drops, a more aerodynamic position, and provides a lower center of gravity for control. You can see that racers use these while descending mountains and when the racing is fast, coming into a sprint finish. Now, there are differences between the team's bikes. Some are faster than others, but the differences are very small. A lot smaller than in other racing sports like F1 or MotoGP. The winners of pro bicycle races generally aren't decided based on equipment choice. And a lot of riders have been very successful despite riding equipment that's slower on paper. It's more about the ability of the rider than anything else. There is, of course, still a quest for the fastest machine, but riders will often have to ride what they're given by sponsors and don't have much say in changing it. Broadly speaking, though, aerodynamics matters a huge amount, and it's the reason racing is so tactical. Cycling behind another person is much easier than cycling solo. The person in front is blocking the wind, and the person behind will save loads of energy. This is why bike races stick together in large groups, and why having a team around you is so important.
I knew that.
They can shelter their star rider from the wind and ensure they finish with the best time possible. Riding behind one another is called drafting, and it dictates everything about how a race pans out. It even makes a difference riding slower uphill. Less, but still significant. To gain a time advantage in a bike race, you have to put some distance in between you and the people you're trying to beat. This is why breakaways fought. Riders who try and go off the front and escape.
What did you say?
It was raining.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Rain or shine? Boy.
You're trying to beat. This is why breakaways fought. Riders who try and go off the front and escape. They often work together as a group, even when they're in different teams, while the rest of the race, known as the peloton, will attempt to control this time gap, depending on who's in the breakaway. You'll be saving a ton of energy riding inside the peloton, so it's always a risk going up the road. Now, the Tour isn't just long, it's brutal.
Yeah.
You're riding 4 to 6 hours a day, with just 2 rest days during the 3 weeks. Your legs are dead, you're climbing mountains so steep that cars struggle. You're doing it in the heat, in the rain, sometimes through hailstorms.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why do they do that?
I mean, that's what the race is.
Oh my gosh.
You're You're doing it in the heat, in the rain, sometimes through hailstorms, and they only seem to cancel the stages when it gets really bad. Crashes are constant. Riders break bones. Lots continue riding while injured because they just don't want to quit. They lose skin, sometimes collapse from exhaustion. People have tragically died during this race. If equipment's damaged, it's up to the teams to support their riders with spare bikes, wheels, and sometimes a sneaky draft to get them back into the peloton afterwards.
Oh my God.
It's normal. It's normal.
Was he breaking late?
No.
Okay.
You totally missed the whole thing. He didn't break anything. He just looked like it.
Oh my gosh.
He's laying on somebody who's laying normally. So it looks like his legs bent.
And sometimes a sneaky draft to get them back into the peloton afterwards.
He's still hurt.
A bit naughty this, and sometimes they get big fines for doing it. The riders are constantly eating, up to 8,000 calories a day. Think pasta, rice, protein bars, gels, even Cokes mid-race. And they still end up losing weight. And to make things even tougher, you've got to finish within the time cut. Otherwise, you get booted out of the race. The time cut is calculated as a percentage of the winner's time for that stage. And the exact percentage depends on the type of stage, flat, mountain, time trial, etc. This means at no point can anyone take things easy. Even the sprinters have to work hard on mountain days to make sure they finish in time, often cutting it as close as possible to conserve as much energy as they can. It's not just physical, it's a mental challenge. And you have to stay focused because that breakaway could go at any point. Now, I mentioned time trials earlier. They normally throw in a couple of stages like this for good measure. A time trial, or TT, is a race against the clock. Usually solo, sometimes we see team time trials as well. The tour historically sometimes begins with a time trial known as the prologue. Although this hasn't happened for a few years now, it was a nice opportunity for riders to win and wear the yellow jersey who wouldn't normally be on the cards to win a regular stage. In the upcoming tour, there's 2 TT stages, one flat and one mountainous. And these stages can really affect the results of the race. It's all well and good being a GC contender that can climb, but if you can't hold your own in the race against the clock, then you could be losing precious seconds and places in the race. Usually, bikes are switched out for these stages to bikes that are, well, they're called time trial bikes. Those big, fat, tubed, super aero, deep-wheeled, monster-looking bikes with teeny tiny handlebars in the middle to help the rider get as aero as possible and cut through the wind. Riders are also allowed to use other pieces of aero equipment that aren't allowed in the road stages, like aero helmets and disc wheels.
There they are.
Despite the riders heading off solo, I've always found the TT stages pretty exciting. The riders usually start their effort in reverse order of the current GC standing. The leader of the race will start last and his closest competitor just before. This ensures the most exciting finale, with the GC contenders battling things out right to the end. And the tour winner has often been decided in the last TT stage. Despite there being TT specialists competing, more often than not, the GC contenders are so strong that they'll be winning these stages too. Although sometimes we get a surprise, so it's always worth watching those stages in my opinion. At the end of the tour, the final stage almost always finishes on the Champs-Élysées in Paris. But the ride leading up to the final stage within the city is neutralized by the riders. It's tradition to have a kind of procession on that day, where the teams celebrate as they know they have the race in the bag, or celebrate getting through the 3 weeks. Laps through the center of Paris and a sprint finish as a finale mean it's great for spectators. Truly special if you ever have the chance to see it in person. Finally,
so neat.
there's one last competition that I haven't spoken about yet. A competition to be last place. Whoever comes last wins the Lanterne Rouge. And yes, riders compete for this at the tour at the other end of the field. Who can ride slowest?
What?
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, because they're probably thinking that they're not gonna win.
So it's like, but you can't take it easy. There has to be a minimum time or a maximum time because.
Well, he said in some of the trials, like you have to make it by a certain time or you get out.
Oh, true. Okay.
So some of the stages, I mean. Yeah, that is cool.
Funny.
Riders compete for this at the tour at the other end of the field.
He's happy.
Who can ride slowest but still finish within the time cut?
Yeah.
It's kind of a skill in its own right. All right,
Seriously?
that's the Tour de France. It's going to be on in a few days' time, if I get this video out in time. Hope you enjoyed that. Have you got any weird facts about the Tour de France? Put them in the comment section down below.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's
there's
super
so
interesting.
much to it. I'd like to see how because they're not, even the mountain, the ones that ride up the mountains, you would think their calves or their quads would be bigger, but they're all relatively slender. So,
I mean, I saw some pretty big calves there.
Did you? Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, they're not slender. They're definitely fit.
Yeah, I bet you they're hard as a rock. I wonder what they're training. What do they eat beforehand to get ready for something like this?
So but they don't know that I've did triathlons.
Right. I guess.
And I rode bikes like that. So, and I knew people who only did cycling. And they would ride every day. They'd ride for hours. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you remember the guy who worked for me. He was from Africa, South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
He did cycling.
Yeah.
I think for the team or something like that.
Oh.
And so he rode like every morning. He rode for 4 or 5 hours before he came to work. So, yeah. So they train a lot. They eat a lot. I mean, all of that. I mean, I would go when I was training. Obviously not for this, but on Saturday I'd be out for 5-6 hours riding 100 miles or something. Mm-hmm. So
I mean, the endurance is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Man, that was cool.
That was cool.
I like that. All right, let's see what the people got to say here. Oh man, these are long, but let's just go ahead and tackle it.
Okay.
There's a van that drives on the course at a speed consistent with the time cut for the day. More or less to be honest, it is called Vulture Ballet. Oh, Voitois, but it's probably French.
Oh, true.
I'm probably saying I'm ruining it.
Right.
I just messed that whole comment up. In French or broom wagon. Oh, apparently in English. Its job is to sweep the strugglers off the road. Stragglers. Man, this thing is too far. I can't see.
Yeah.
Stragglers off the road if they are incapable of riding fast enough to stay ahead of it. Riders will actually dismount and get into the voiture balai if they can't continue. I've always found it brutal and somewhat entertaining.
So you follow that the whole race?
Yeah, exactly. All right. So yes, my favorite YouTuber, Tour de France Cade.
Cool.
And all right, oops, I didn't show that one. Okay, that's what I just read right there. And this one here is Mads Peterson is a massive car nerd. And I think that's what that says.
Yeah.
And all money he won in the Tour de France in 2023 was donated to a small racetrack in Denmark that was struggling to stay in business. Oh, that's nice of him. All right. Well,
I can't read this either, Gregory. It's too far.
I know it's too far. See, this is what happens. I didn't used to wear glasses. I used to be able to see.
Greg makes fun of me because I always have to go like this in order to see.
Exactly. So, all right. That's good.
We can't read them.
We can't read. Shoot. All right. Well,
okay. That was
good.
Cool. That was cool. Thanks, Mel.
Yeah, thanks, Mel. That was very interesting. Hopefully you stuck around. It was a great story. We didn't have much to react to. We wanted to learn.
Oh no, it was
so
mostly us just learning.
Exactly. So before we get out of here, we do have a Patreon. We have a paid option and a free option. You can go and check out both of those. We do have a Discord link that we have just conversations with the community. So come on over and do that. And as always, thank you for stopping by, and we will see you on the next video.
Bye.
Peace.